I'm Jordan Stanley, founder of R2L LLC, the marketer of the R2L radiation buster. I've had a cell phone for as long as I can remember, and I can't imagine life without it. I have no intentions of ever giving it up. The R2L story actually starts about 2 years ago, right here in this kitchen, probably right here in this chair, as I was listening to the news on the television. The World Health Organization, the most prestigious health authority in the world, had linked cell phone radiation to cancer. I looked at the cell phone manual, and there was actually something in my manual that said, when your cell phone is on, don't let it touch your ear. Keep it away from your body. The same thing was in all cell phone manuals. Shortly thereafter, I saw another news article. It was about a groundbreaking story in the Italian Supreme Court that had linked cell phone radiation to brain tumors of this businessman that used the cell phone every day. I found that equally disturbing, but again, you want to believe that your cell phone is safe, and nobody is really saying on the 6 o'clock news, stop using your cell phone. It's just one little piece that you hear at a time. Then there was an article in the San Francisco Examiner. They were finding tumors in the shape of an iPhone, in the shape of the Android. It was women keeping their cell phones in their brassiere, and the tumor was showing up exactly where the cell phone was, and is actually in the configuration of the cell phone. So how could all these stories about cell phone radiation be coming out while you're still hearing the news that cell phones are safe and everything's all right for you? How do those two things square up? Well, the problem is that no one has ever really done a study on the cumulative long-term effects of cell phone radiation. They've done tests on single doses of radiation emitted by one cell phone call. Now, when you think about it, that's a little like saying that cigarettes are safe because one puff doesn't give you cancer and emphysema. It's the cumulative effects that cause the problem, not one puff. Being a single parent who has 4 kids of my own and a wife who passed away from cancer, I really wanted to find out the best way of protecting my family from cell phone radiation. So I started a quest to find the best product in the market. About a year ago, I met Kevin Tusick, who is the founder of Zirconia Medical. They're the world's largest manufacturer of therapeutic lasers. And he had invented a product for him and his family. And around the time that I had met him, he had just finished having it tested by the 2 most prestigious test labs in the world, Mueller BBM in Munich and RF Exposure in San Diego. And the findings of that were really something very, very startling. He found out that you could reduce your exposure to cell phone radiation by up to 70% with an R2L. Now just think about how big a number that is. If you were using a cell phone for 20 years, you're only getting exposed to about 6 years worth of radiation instead of 20 years worth of radiation. It's a big deal. After all the research I'd done and all the alarming facts I learned, there's 4 reasons why I chose the R2L to solve the cell phone radiation problem for my family. Number 1, it's the only product that reduces cell phone radiation by 70% according to the FCC and government-recognized standards. Number 2, it does it without having any negative impact on your call quality or clarity. Number 3, it works in a way that you can understand. It converts cell phone radiation into electricity and then discharges it as harmless light. And number 4, it shows you that it's working. No one knows what all the long-term effects of cell phone radiation are or when we're going to find them out. But in the meantime, it seems every day we're learning more and more about the connection between cell phone radiation and brain tumors, breast cancer, Alzheimer's, memory loss, sterility, disruptive sleep patterns, just about anything you can name. And that's why I chose the R2L as the way to solve the cell phone radiation problem for myself and my family. And I hope that by sharing my story with you, you'll do the same to educate and protect the people that you love. Now that you know that, you have 3 choices. You can either do nothing and just expose yourself to cell phone radiation and be one of those people that finds out what it does when it does it to you. Or you can choose an inferior product that isn't really going to do anything about it. Or you can choose the R2L and really take cell phone radiation off your mind.